What's going on, everybody? Josh Engleman for Awesemo.com, and I am back with my NBA DFS contenders on DraftKings for Thursday, January 6th. Now be sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you know when everything goes live. Follow me on Twitter, @Josh Engleman. Only place you're going to get updates to my sims as we get closer to lock. Let me know in the comments section who is your favorite and least favorite of my contenders for today's slate. And finally, shout out to No House Advantage for being the presenting sponsor of this video. Use the promo code Awesemo when signing up to get up to $25 on your first deposit. Now we're rounding out the bottom of my top 10 with Josh Hart, Terrence Mann, Trey Lyles, Ja Morant, and Chris Paul on the outside looking in. Who will be my favorites? My top 5 plays for today? It's time to find out. In first at number 5, if he plays, is Dillon Brooks. I think he probably just hops right back into his normal-ish minutes. Small forward eligible, 6,200, projected for 36. The goal's 41.5, and he's in the optimal lineup 30% of the time. I gave him 32 minutes, so I tried to just be, not crazy extra run. We're talking about 1.1 fantasy points per minute. He's got close to a 30% usage rate this season, 22 points, 4.5 boards, 2.5 assists, a stock and a half. We know what we're getting out of Dillon Brooks. You need minutes because you need scoring, because Dillon Brooks is going to take every shot that he could possibly find. Lucky for him, they're taking on the Pistons. This is a slight pace up spot against Detroit, and Detroit's just really bad, so he should be able to get some decent looks, especially if they're still a little dinged up from COVID. So if Dillon Brooks is back and he's starting, I like him. At number 4, we're going to LA for Reggie Jackson. Point guard eligible, 6,100, projected for 34, goals 41, optimal lineup just like Brooks, 30% of the time. He's just a different player when Paul George isn't out there. There's a lot more to go around. 28% usage in 32 minutes. He's basically a 1.1 fantasy point per minute guy, 18.5 points, 5 assists, 4 boards, a stock. Pace up spot against Phoenix, and they're not the same defense they normally are. No Ayton, no McGee, no Jay Crowder. So work should be a little bit easier for Reggie Jackson. I just don't think he's totally priced correctly for this kind of spot. And on a day like today, where we only have 4 games and we don't have any true pay-up options, Reggie Jackson still has a pretty significant ceiling. He's hitting a 41-point GPP goal in 32 minutes, 24% of the time. Imagine if he just happens to play a couple extra minutes. This is not a guy you want to sleep on today. Next up at number 3, we have Alec Burks, shooting guard, small forward eligible. Love it. 5,900, projected 33, goals 40, optimal lineup 31% of the time. If this game is competitive, Alec Burks is playing 36 minutes. 0.94 fantasy points per minute, 20% usage. It's just balanced. 16 points, 6 boards, 3.5 assists, a steal. It is a slight pace down spot against Boston, but you can put Burks in shooting guard, small forward, guard forward, or utility. The price tag works, and the minutes are there. If this game is competitive, and we have no reason to suspect it won't be, I'm assuming Alec Burks starts and plays massive minutes. At number 2, I'm looking at Memphis's Jaren Jackson. He's power forward center eligible, which is amazing. 6,100, which a guy with his ceiling, that's just crazy. 37 fantasy point projection, 41-point goal. He's in the optimal lineup 31% of the time. I've got Jackson playing 30 minutes, 1.2 fantasy points per minute because a pace-up spot against Detroit is certainly desirable for Memphis. 18.5 points, 7 boards, an assist, and 3 stocks, and that's the big one. And that could look even better. I mean, Killian Hayes is shooting 45% from the field. If he's trying to take it into the paint, Jaren Jackson might send that stuff the other direction. I love the ceiling for Jackson. 27% of the time he's going for more than 41 fantasy points. If he does that, you're going to need him. 6,100 isn't even that difficult of a price tag. Even if Melton and Brooks are back, I love Jaren Jackson. Now, before we get to that number 1 contender, one last reminder to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you know when everything goes live. Follow me on Twitter, @Josh Engleman. Let me know in the comments who your favorite plays are for today. And then go sign up at No House Advantage using that promo code Awesemo. Not a lot of pay-up options today, but if I am paying up, I'm going to Devin Booker at 8,700. He is point guard, shooting guard eligible, projected 47, goal 52. He's in the optimal lineup 37% of the time. He's taking on a Clippers team that is short-handed and missing most of their stars. I think Booker plays 35 minutes here. 1.36 fantasy points per minute. 32% usage, 28 real points, 8 boards, 4 assists. Maybe you get a steal. But 1/3 of the time, Devin Booker's going for north of 52 fantasy points. you're going to, if like basically anybody that goes for north of 50 today is probably going to be pretty necessary. And I think Devin Booker, relative to his salary, has the best chance to do that. So for 8,700, point guard, shooting guard, guard, or utility, you can move them around if you need to. Devin Booker is your number one contender for today. Alrighty, folks, that will do it. Those are my NBA DFS contenders on DraftKings for Thursday, January 6th. FanDuel version of this video is around here somewhere. Check it out. Good luck tonight, everybody. Win that money. We're back again, closing out the work week tomorrow with another edition of the Contenders.